We acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather, the Turrbal people of Yuggera land, as well as the Woiwurrung people of the Wurundjeri land. We recognise their continued connection to the land and waters of this beautiful place, and acknowledge that they never ceded sovereignty. We respect all Turrbal and Woiwurrung elders and ancestors, and any First Nations people here today.
Good evening. You are with the Kickstarter from the New Blurt. If you're joining us live for the first time, hello to you. We've got a great show tonight. We do a thing called Beerducation, where we learn about beer. And Wency's got a good one tonight. And I am in Hobart Town, and I have interesting Tasmanian IPA to have a look at as well. Tonight we will touch on losing Olivia Newton-John and Judith Durham in the same week. Obviously, Judith Durham, legend from the Seekers. I'm not sure if you know, but the Seekers were so good at the time that they had a #1 that knocked off the White Album of the Beatles in the UK at the top. So they were a excellent band. I did hear on the Twitterati, on the Twitterverse, if you like, some people having a sort of crack saying that the Seekers weren't that much chop. But no, Judith Durham had a magnificent voice. It was like a bell. She was fantastic, and the musicians, obviously, and I've got to be honest, I'm not a massive Seekers aficionado, so I can't remember their names, but I do know that the musicians that are left and that did play with Judith were extremely accomplished as well. So it was a very good band. If you want to write in with any comments or anything to say, who did actually play in the band, more than happy to hear, more than happy to say. Also, obviously, as I said, we've lost Livvy Newton-John, and I wanted to play a little bit from the Goodies. I don't know if you've ever know who the Goodies are. If you're a Gen Xer, you probably would. You'd grow up with the Goodies and watch Doctor Who at the same time afterwards type thing. Anyway, they had a lovely little episode where they were Tim Brooke Taylor was pretending to be Olivia Newton-John, and he had the he had the black leather pants on and all the rest of it, and the wig. And anyway, if you can ever catch up with that Goodies episode, I highly recommend that you do. And hence, that is why our show is called hopelessly devoted to Livvy and Judith, because in that particular episode, Tim Brooke Taylor kept referring to Olivia Newton-John as Livvy all the time. So a couple of things we'll say about that. The legacy she leaves behind is bigger than her music and movie career. Battling cancer for the best part of 3 decades, she found the Olivia Newton-John Cancer Wellness and Research Centre in Melbourne. She campaigned to legalise medicinal marijuana, and she had a massive heart and was ever so kind for anyone that she met. I mean, some of the tweets I've seen online from John Travolta, etc., just make your heart melt. It's just beautiful. I mean, it doesn't look like anyone's pretty much had a bad word to say about her. And yeah, it is sad, but as we know, she hasn't been particularly well for a while. Anyway, so we will do Beerducation tonight. We'll have a little chat about that with Wency, with Judith and Olivia. And then after that, we will do Econobabble. Obviously, all things economy based. We've got heaps to talk about there. There's so many things in so many places that, the economy is not doing particularly well. I thought I might touch on Argentina. If you think the inflation's bad here at 7% or whatever, feel sorry for the Argentinians that are dealing with 90% inflation. Yes, I said 90%. And then tonight we'll round up the rest of the show with science. I haven't done science for a while, and it's Wency's second favourite segment, because his first favourite segment is Beerducation. So he's very happy tonight. He's got his first and second favourite segments on in one go, so he's pretty happy about that. And anyway, Wency will be talking about CSIRO researchers a new species, including an ant that babysits caterpillars. So that'd be pretty fascinating. And I'm talking about a trial of it's regarding changing the way that breast implants are being done in the future, because there's been quite a lot of dangers and issues with how they have been done in the past, and many problems being brought up by many women, and many court cases and class actions have been brought forward, etc., with difficulties that have been occurring after the breast implant. So anyway, there's a new trial going out, and I'll talk about that. And as I say, that will be the end of the show. And so with that, we will start the show. And welcome if it is your first time to the New Blurt. You can email us at blurtstar@gmail.com, or you can get us on thenewblurt.substack.com. Poddy comes out on a Monday or Tuesday normally, but maybe in the future we might be able to get it out a little bit earlier. But anyway, that's the way it is at the moment. We'll talk to you on the other side.
I can't take it anymore!
Good afternoon, good evening, good day, and good morning, Blurtsters, wherever you are around the world. You are listening to the Blurt.
Well, you are listening to Blurt, New Blurt, but you're only listening to one half of the New Blurt. So I would just like to say, good evening, let's see.
Hey everyone, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hello everyone.
I think you've covered it all there.
Just about.
Fully covered. Oh, nice. How are you, buddy?
Yeah, good. Before we continue, I just want to acknowledge I'm coming live to you all from Judith and Turrbal lands. Always was and always will be, because sovereignty was never ceded. And I believe you're coming from Palawa country in sunny Hobart.
Yes, I was just about to say that, and you
sorry.
picked me at the post. But that's okay, because you do it much better than I do, so I'm more than happy for that.
And of course, we did have Hannah McCleary, who was a Palawa woman who we had on our show last year, who was the STEM scientist, also from Cyro, which we'll be talking about later on.
Yeah, it's funny you bring her up, actually, because as I have alluded to, I'm in Hobart at the moment, and we were walking past the Marine and Antarctic Study Centre, which is the University of Tasmania today. And I was thinking about Hannah when I was walking past, because I can't remember if that's where she studied when she came down to Hobart. So
yeah,
I don't think she lives. I think because she came from Queensland, didn't she?
No, I think she's Tasmanian because she's a Palawa woman, so no, she's definitely Tasmanian.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It'd be incredible if we could catch up with Hannah in the future.
Yeah, see what she's up to.
Yeah. Be awesome to get her on the show. So how did you take the news today, this week, that we lost Livvy and Newton-John, unfortunately, and as I had talked about, Judith Durham as well?
Yeah, both pretty sad. Olivia Newton-John, I pretty much grew up with her stuff as a kid, as probably you did, with Grease and Xanadu and all the video clips that came with it, with her music. Physical, yep. Yes.
That was a young boy's favourite, that one.
Oh, it was the introduction of Lycra to the little boy's world.
Yes, very true. But it was so funny though, because she was so tongue in cheek with it. It was brilliant. It was sort of a little bit sort of sexy at the start, and then it was very tongue in cheek every little bit sort of after that, because she had those sort of big guys, like big sort of quite overweight sort of guys in these workout gear, and it was a funny it was a funny video. Yeah, she was like that though. She she took what she did, as I spoke about and you alluded to, very seriously when it comes to trying to help cancer patients, etc. But she didn't take herself too seriously. I mean, she took her career seriously, but she didn't take herself too seriously. So.
Yeah, exactly. And she was so determined to do things her way, and like keeping her Australian accent in Greece.
Yes, that's right. That's 100% right. I forgot about that, but you're right. They did ask for the change there, and no, she didn't want to do it. And obviously, they must have built that into the story. So it was good that she didn't, because it gave a little juxtaposition. I think that probably worked better because of it,
Yeah, and hearing some of the people remember Olivia, people out in the Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles overnight, was some people were saying she was the precursor to all the Aussie stars that came after her. So she was one of the very first. So she did it before Paul Hogan, Margot Robbie, the Hemsworths, all those famous Australian actors who've come after. So she was one of the originals. Paved the way. So to speak.
She absolutely did. I mean, I think she started G'day LA or something.
Oh, did she? I didn't know that.
Yeah, when she was in America, and because she had a shop, I think, called Koala Blue.
Oh, right, okay.
And I think it was one of the first stores in America at the time to have any Rigidigi Australian product.
Mm-hmm.
And I think early in the piece it did really, really well.
Yeah.
But then I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that other sort of, different stores opened up with Australian product, etc., and competed, and I don't think she was able to compete against it or whatever. I'm not sure. To be honest, it could be a lot of crap. But I do know that she started Koala Blue years ago, and it was a bit of a stalwart at the time. It was a sort of a flagship thing. And she definitely started, I think it was called G'day LA or G'day Australia or something. It was a convention, a yearly convention. I'm pretty sure she started that.
Nice.
She's very much a trendsetter, a pace setter, definitely from an Aussie point of view. The weird thing is, though, she was born in England, so it's funny that she was so heroically sort of Australian from that perspective.
Yeah, and did you know she competed in Eurovision and represented the UK? I think she was 14 or something.
How did she go?
I think she came 4th or 5th or something, somewhere around there. Yeah.
I think that might have been the one where ABBA won.
Correct. That's right. Yes, it was the year that ABBA won.
Yeah. So that's amazing, isn't it? She actually appeared in the same Eurovision contest as one of the biggest bands ever. So
amazing.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah.
There's a fantastic movie of Olivia, but for the life of me, I can't remember what it's called. But it was a biopic a little while ago.
Oh, yeah.
And if you can find it on any of the streaming services or whatever, you do yourself a favor and have a look. It's a really good. It gives you a really good idea of where she came from and sort of how her career went, etc., etc. And in the end, she seemed to have a nice life. I mean, obviously, apart from the cancer being a little bit, earlier in her life that she would have wanted. The last 5 to 10 years, I think it was 5 to 10. Hopefully, it was more. I know she had a really good life in America on a ranch with her guy, etc. So that was good.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't say much about Judith Durham, apart from the fact that I know she had a magnificent voice. And we'll put a couple of links in the show notes to probably The Carnival's Over, which is one of her most favourite famous songs. And I think there's another one. When I was a kid, I remember learning it, and I think this is a Seekers song. I'm pretty sure it is. Train whistle blowing makes a something noise underneath the blankets for all the girls and boys. I can't remember what the song was called, but I'm pretty sure that is a Seekers song as well. And I learnt that when I was I reckon I must have been at like, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 or something.
Okay, wow.
And
if we've got any listeners out there can confirm that, please let us know.
Yeah, absolutely do so. Yeah, absolutely. I know it's a Seeker song, but I can't for the life. Oh, I think it's called Morningtown Ride or something.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do a quick.
No, it's been verified. Morningtown Ride. Thank you, Vicky.
Oh, nice, excellent. I was right. All right,
Yeah,
beautiful,
right.
beautiful.
Well done.
Yeah. So I remember it because it was one of my favorite songs at the time. You know, at 7 or 8 years old, it was just awesome. Yes, Vicky's just saying she sings it to her kids. For the potties out there, it's a fantastic song, Vicky. So good on you. I love it.
Can't say that I've heard it or remember it, but I know they were the first Australian pop music group to achieve that big success in the UK and the US with all those number ones and like you said, toppled. What was it? The Beatles.
What year was that?
No idea. I'd have to look it up, but yeah, it would have been in the 60s. Early 60s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, well, sometime in the 60s. Yeah, definitely.
Because they weren't together long. They were only together as a group for 5 or 10 years.
It wasn't a really, really long time. But as I said at the start, there's such accomplished musicians that they went straight to the top of the charts. But
and she was born not far from where you are now, in Essendon.
Oh, Judith Durham.
Yeah, she's an Essendon girl.
Oh, sorry, I'm in Hobart right now. So
as in your home.
Ah, right. Oh, I didn't know that. I hadn't appreciated that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, there you go.
That's amazing. Just for people, if you're following us live, yes, there will be lags, there'll be weirdness and all the rest of it tonight. I totally expect it because I'm in Hobart on my crappy little laptop and it's not as powerful as another one that I use, but I don't travel with the other one. So I'm sorry for that. But on the potty, you'll be okay because everything will still be the same.
So but watching us
live, yes, you'll probably be seeing me freeze frame and all the rest of it. But
what are you doing in Hobart?
Yes, just enjoying the Hobartianness. Today is just today was a magnificent day. Just a beautiful light across the Salamanca Square and the Salamanca markets, which is down near the sort of the docks sort of thing. And there's lots of fish and chip sort of restaurants and things, and there's a really, really nice ice cream place we found, which was just amazing. They had all these like bush food flavored homemade ice creams.
Oh, nice.
And they were sensational. I had pepperberry and something honey, and the other half had mandarin and fennel, which isn't necessarily a bush food, but there was a lot more than that. There was wattle seed and something else. It's just all these sort of different bush food flavors, and really, really nice. So really good. Just enjoying Hobart. We love Hobart. We've been here quite well. Not, I wouldn't say heaps of times, but we've been here. I think this is about a third time. So, but one thing I do want to say, actually, it was quite funny. We were out to lunch today, and this gentleman came over, and as you do when you're on holidays, and sort of someone is there or whatever, they talk to you, and you're sort of a bit more open, so you talk to them, sort of thing. And we're having a conversation, and it came about that his wife has written a book in Tasmania.
Oh yeah.
And the Tasmanian book is called, because I wrote it down. It's called Eat More Wild Tasmania, and it's all about eating their bush foods because
Right.
so
Okay.
many
Not the Tasmanians themselves, not the people.
no, not the Tasmanians themselves,
Right.
and
Okay.
it's
Just
not
needed to
it's
be clear.
yes, correct, and it's not about fauna either. It's about
Right.
flora. No, it's about
Flora.
flora. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
Okay.
about flora. So it's all about harvesting. It's all about going into the bush and finding some native plants, etc., and then maybe grabbing a cutting or so,
Mhm.
uh, and then bringing it back and trying to plant it and put it in, to your backyard type thing,
Yeah.
and
Awesome.
and harvest it for yourself type thing.
Mm.
Rather than have to depend on buying it or whatever, because you just
Mm.
need to sort of grow it yourself so you can get the amount you need when you need it, all that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Because it's not always
Yeah.
that easy to get bush foods,
No.
etc. But they are magnificent. And as he was saying, the little berries and these sort of things that are native to Australia can pack so much more of a punch than
Mhm.
some of the introduced fruits,
Yeah.
etc.
Exactly.
that we have. So. But it was just amazing that we ended up talking to this guy that sort of, because I heard only a tiny snippet about this book or something similar to it, and he said, "Oh yeah, my other half wrote that, etc."
Mm.
So we went and bought
Nice.
the book this afternoon and sort of went, and the lady went, "Oh, that's a great book you're buying there, etc., etc." I said, "Yeah, funny story." We just,
Did you get it autographed?
well, no, because that he was your partner. He wasn't the guy that wrote it.
He could
So
have
it would have been a bit
autographed on
weird.
behalf of his partner.
Yeah, that would have
My
been a
wife
bit weird.
says,
That
"Congratulations, Kexter, for buying this book. It's a great read. She appreciates your custom."
if I do say so myself. Yeah, no, that'd be a bit weird. I'll tell you something else is a bit weird. The beer that I'm going to introduce.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one.
To get on the beers.
Good old Dan Andrews. Getting on
Oh,
beers.
yes, absolutely.
All right. Seeing as I think I know where your beer's coming from, I think you should go first.
Yes, I've got no problems with that whatsoever. I am just going to do this. This, and then I'll just turn it a little bit. There we go. Right. Okay. You have to bear with me.
What have we got?
I will show you. Oh, no. I made a mistake again.
Oh, hang on.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you carry on. I've just got to open up our usual PDF. Well, what have you got there? I can't see that yet.
No, it hasn't.
Hasn't caught up yet.
It'll come back in a minute, hopefully.
Oh, there we go. Hold it really steady. Oh, that's better. Last right's Horseman. Shift it to your right a bit. I think it's your right.
Could you read that?
To get on the beers.
I'm just going to stop that because I don't have enough juice to run that sound and this camera at the same time. What's going on? It's going pretty bad at the moment. I'm not hearing you at all now. Can you hear me? What's going on? PC dot. Oh my goodness gracious me. Oh well, people, if you're hanging out there, we are having lots of wonderful technical problems tonight. Poor old Wency's laptop's just carked it. So he's had to restart. This is the joys you have when you go live. Look, you can't see this, so I will tell you what it is. And we'll put all this information in the show notes anyway. It's called Last Rites Brewing Company, Tasmania. And the name of the beer is called Horn of Diligence. It's an American pale ale. Okay, it's an American pale ale. And it's Munich and Vienna malt in a tango of death with a Amarillo, Centennial, and Simcoe hops. 4.9 alcohol. So not too bad, which is good. I would show you more of the art, but I can't because you can't see anything anyway. So that's cool. And don't know what's happening there, but now I'm pouring it all over my laptop at the same time. So that's not good. Just bear with me here. It's an interesting night when you're trying to do this stuff on the fly. But I'll crack on. So Wency will be back in a minute. So there is a fantastic brewing company in Hobart, and it's called, it's a Hobart one. It's not just Tasmania, it's actually Hobart. Actually, no, I apologize. It's not Hobart. But I did have a fantastic Hobart beer today, another American pale ale. It's called the Hobart Brewing Company. So highly recommend that one if you see it anyway. But this is Last Rites Brewing, and
he's back. Can you hear me?
And he's back.
Sorry about that.
Very nice.
PC
that's absolutely fine.
Play games.
Yes, I heard that. I did hear that. And we lost you. We lost any listeners we had. We lost everything. You left, and I was just talking to myself for a while. So but that's fine. That's not a problem. So see if you can. Are you still there?
Yes, I am still here.
Oh, good. I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother. Yes, Last Rites. So if you go to lastritesbrewing.com.au, you'll be able to see the 5 or 6 different beers.
Okay.
That they've got there, and the one that you want to look for will be, it's called the Last Rites Horn of Diligence. And it's got the can at the front on the web page. So you'll be able to see exactly what that is. You may even be able to add it to the stream, I'm not sure. Okay. But all I'm just going to say is that it's a deep and dark with citrusy pine character. And I've just got to go through the tasting notes and see how we get to.
I will fill in the details as to the name later, but yes, let's go with appearance.
Okay, appearance. So you can't see anything, I don't think.
We can see it's a little bit pale-ish.
Yeah, orange, it's a bit. Yeah, it's an American pale. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll give it a go. What's the next one? Do I have to smell it first?
Appearance out of 10.
Right, appearance out of 10. Probably give it a 7.
7. Looks okay from here.
Yep. I'm a hard marker.
The aroma, smell.
It's pretty good, actually. I like the aroma. Mm-hmm. And what's it out of? What's the aroma out of?
10.
Okay. Probably give that an 8.
8. Ooh, that's pretty high.
Am I allowed to drink it yet? Oh.
Yes, now you can. Out of 30. Taste.
Oh, okay. Taste. Oh, it's pretty damn good. Probably 26, I reckon.
Whoa, that's pretty high.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Aftertaste. Out of 20.
Out of 20 aftertaste, 16.
And drinkability
Oh,
out of 30.
out of 30. Yeah, I reckon if I pinted that, I'd probably have a couple of those. Out of 30. Yeah, maybe 26.
Ooh. Right, Mr. Maths man.
Well, since I can't really see the thing tonight.
Okay, so 15 and 26 is 41.
1. Yep.
And 16, 57.
Is, yeah, 57.
And 26.
What? Oh, and 73. 83.
Wow.
Yeah, that's one
That
of
was
my
high.
highest ones.
Yeah, that's higher than your last one, the Golden Pipes Brewing.
Yes, it was. I think.
And
the
where was
last
this one from? Is this Hobart Brewery?
No, that's what I was saying before. My bad on that one. I will tell you exactly where it is. It is Cambridge, Tasmania.
Okay. Oh, it's still Tasmanian.
Yeah, absolutely Tasmanian.
Yeah.
But I was wrong at the start because I said it was Hobartian, but it is not Hobartian.
Is that how you say someone from Hobart? Hobartian?
That's how I say someone from Hobart.
Okay, I'll go with that.
You know me, mate. I just make shit up.
Don't we all when we don't know how to say something? Alrighty. So 83, that was a good one. Ooh,
yeah, it's a nice beer. I'm enjoying drinking it. It's very good.
Excellent.
It's a great can too. I love it.
Yeah, it does look interesting.
The thing is, right, you've only seen the front of the can.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can show you, and I don't know if it's going to come through or not, but I'm trying to use my camera. Are you seeing that at all?
No, vaguely. It's a bit blurry still, but we'll have to find it on the interwebs maybe.
Yeah.
But
it's not helping, is it?
That's right. Last Rights. So Last Rights is the brewery, yeah?
Yeah, Last Rights is the brewery, but it's got a fantastic, excuse me, I'm going to do something that I need to do this.
Horn of Indulgence. Oh, there you go. I can see that. But I can't see the back of it. I can see there's a picture of something.
Yes.
And you've gone silent on me. Earth to Kegster. Can you hear me? Earth to Kegster.
Yes.
Oh,
yes, I can. I can hear you. I can hear you. But after a good beer, I needed to mute it.
Okay, enough said.
Anyway, there's a great horn coming off this girl's head.
Right.
She's got like a white painted face, and there's sort of like hair going across her face, and a green sort of snaky design. It's pretty funky. It is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So it's called the Horn of Diligence, and
Diligence, nice. I'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Pretty cool. Yeah, no, very cool. Very cool. Very impressed.
All right.
What you got, my friend?
What have I got? I have something that I haven't reviewed in the past. A little bit different. It's a stout. I normally drink pale ales or ales in general, if I get it right. 7 Mile Brewing Company. Based
Where
in
are they,
Ballina.
Queensland?
Nope, Ballina, just across the ditch. No, across the border of New South Wales.
Right.
Yeah, so 2.5 hours drive south from where we are.
Okay. Yeah.
So near Byron Bay, I guess, for those who aren't familiar with Ballina. And it's called This Is a Dark Beer. So let's see.
Oh, yes, I saw that.
Let's see if it is true. I'll just get...
You're expecting it to be dark. I'm making the assumption.
Yes. So part of the notes is that, oh, crap. We have spillage.
Oh, that's not good.
No. We're losing precious liquid amber. It's not good.
Yes. No, not good.
All right. So let's give it a... All that up here. I don't know if you can see the color yet.
Yes, it looks dark
it's
here
almost
for
like
me. Yeah,
it's
it looks pretty
like
dark.
a Guinness. Very, very dark. So one of the malts that it uses is called chocolate malts, and I was doing a bit of research on how malts work, and the way they change color of beers and things like that is the malting process, where they fire it up in a kiln and roast it, basically a bit like coffee beans. And the longer you roast it, it changes flavors, and of course depends on the grain that you use. And this one they call a chocolate malt, and it's typically used in stouts and things like that. So yeah, bit of information there for those playing at home. Okay, so appearance. Let's go get stuck into the review and tasting notes. I would give it a 8, I guess. It's a pretty impressive colour. Quite dark.
Yeah.
You can't even see through it. Normally you can see through your beers, but this
You
one
can't see through that
black.
at all.
No,
it's that dark.
All.
Wow.
That's how dark it is.
That's phenomenal.
Pitch black.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
All right. Smell. Oh yeah, I can smell a bit of caramel in there.
Oh.
I wouldn't say chocolatey, but yeah, okay. Smell, I'd give it 8. It's nice. So need another taste.
Yeah. Good excuse.
It's not very not heavy on the hop, so it's not bitter. It's going down quite nicely. It's got that taste like a Guinness, I guess. I'd give it 24 out of 30.
Okay, all right.
So it's decent. Aftertaste doesn't linger too long like other beers I've had. It's quite pleasant though. I'd give it 16. Drinkability. It's a bit heavy in the sense that I think if you had too many pints, it'll be too much.
Yeah.
So I'd give it 22.
This will be one of your lowest beers for a while.
Yeah, probably. It's nice to drink. I'll probably only have the one drink. I wouldn't have more than one.
What's the alcohol?
5.6%.
Okay.
So 1.7 standard drinks.
Yeah.
In that one.
1.7. Nice. Okay. Nice. Okay.
All right.
Fantastic.
So Mr. Maths Man. 16.
Remember, I can't see anything.
40.
Remember?
All right. Oh, that's right. Yes. 16 plus 24 is 40.
That is true.
Plus 16 is 56.
That is true.
Plus 22
is
78.
80. No, 78. Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of your lowest.
It is one of my lowest. Still drinkable. I wouldn't say it's a bad beer.
Oh, no, definitely 78 is pretty damn high. I mean, just for you, that's low. Yours are always usually over 80. I don't know the last time you were below 80. So
yeah,
but
definitely nice. Yeah, like I said, it's got that bit of a chocolatey taste and smell. But yeah, quite nice.
Nice. So with that, so we've got Last Right's Horn of Diligence. So look out for that, people. And what's yours called again, Wenty?
7 Mile Brewing Company from Ballina.
Nice. Okay, look out for those two. And we might talk some economics, I think.
Okay.
Hey, this is Hannah Melville Ray from the Australia Institute. I'm listening to the new Blurt with Wency and the Kegster, and you should be too. It's on Tuesday nights, live from around 8 p.m.
That is true. It normally is on a Tuesday night.
Maynard Keynes wrote the book on modern macro, the man you need when the economy's all tragic. Depression, recession, now your question's in session. Have a seat and I'll school you in one simple lesson. Boom, 1929, the big crash.
It's the economy, stupid.
That's right.
It absolutely is the economy, and it is pretty stupid. So I thought I might just mention what is going on in Argentina at the moment. I thought that could be a little bit interesting.
Yeah, sounds frightening.
Yes, and it's not. And I'm not talking about the Trump investigation. I mean, that's pretty frightening as well. But no, I'm not talking about that.
Entertaining, nonetheless.
Yes, entertaining nonetheless. I would agree with that wholeheartedly. But no, so people are going to the supermarket at the moment in Argentina and unfortunately getting completely smashed. Things are just going through the roof price-wise, and here it is. Okay, so as I said before, if you think 9% is bad, and this is from an American point of view, because in America it's 9% inflation at the moment. I think it's around about, I don't know, 5 is it 5.6 or 6 or is it higher than that in Australia at the moment?
Yeah, 5.6, I think it was. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. I think they're talking about. They think it's going to be 7.7 or something. Middle of next year or something.
Year. Okay.
Yeah, I think so. The interesting thing is that the opposition budgeted for an inflation rate for the end of this year, 4.5.
Oh boy, did I get that wrong?
Well, it was just deceitful. I mean, they knew. They knew what. I mean, the amount of stuff that they just haven't told us is just ridiculous. But anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about this, which is
we'll leave that
for
a different segment.
Yes, absolutely, we will. In Buenos Aires, Eduardo Rabufetti is the Argentine who's been to the United States once. His 1999 honeymoon in Miami, yet he probably knows the $100 bill better than most Americans. So that's because he's a property developer who's built 2 office towers and has a house and bought the land for each of those buildings in $100 bills, i.e. $100 US bills.
Jeez,
so I was reading this. Yeah, I was reading this earlier. This is quite interesting, but I don't think Argentines would think it's too interesting. It's not just that Mr. Rabufetti, nearly every purchase in Argentina, land houses, cars, expensive art, is done in tall stacks of US currency to save up. Argentines stuff bundles of American bills into old clothes beneath floorboards and bomb-proof safe deposit boxes past 9 locked gates and 5 stories beneath the ground. This is really nuts stuff. This is completely nuts stuff. Argentines hold so much US currency, experts believe perhaps more than anywhere outside the United States. Sometimes it gets thrown away by mistake. Last month, passers-by found tens of thousands of dollars blowing around an Argentine dump.
Wow.
It's just, it's nuts. It's absolutely crazy.
I need to pay a visit to Buenos Aires, I think.
Maybe not. It's one of the most dangerous places in the world. But mind you, you're Chilean, so you're probably all right. You're probably
I'll be
okay.
Right. Yeah, I speak the language.
Yeah, no,
I speak the lingo.
No, but you'd fit in because you're originally from South America. I'd be white ass, and they just want to rob me instantaneously. So obviously not everyone, but it is a pretty dangerous place. But as countries across the world try to cope with rising prices, there is perhaps no major economy that understands how to live with inflation better than Argentina. So I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit here. Argentina shows that people will find a way to adapt with years of high inflation, living in an economy that's impossible to fathom almost anywhere else in the world. That's what I mean. I mean, we're talking about 5, states are talking about 9, and their stuff is just absolutely ridiculous. 90% is just nuts. So Argentines are hoping the current moment does not spiral into a disaster like 2001 when there was a run on the banks. Do you remember that?
No.
In 2001, the Argentine economy was so fragile that people tried to get their money out of the banks because they didn't believe they were going to get their money back. And because it was a massive run on the banks, it just made everything worse. So everything was just going through the roof price-wise, and basically their currency was worth nothing anymore.
That's right. Yeah, vaguely remember something about that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really terrible. So just an example, Anna Mabel was on the outskirts of the crowd mixing peanuts and caramelized sugar in a metal vat. Got to be honest, you think about that and it doesn't sound great, but when you walk past that smell, I can never not want to buy that stuff. Seriously.
Yeah.
It smells so good. She was selling bags of candied peanuts for 200 pesos each, or about 70 cents. She had charged 150 pesos a week earlier, but that increase hardly kept up with her cost. Everything she needed had got pricier. The peanuts, the sugar, the oil, the gas tank, the plastic bags. She's 5 children to support. For the first time, she had taken on debt. Yeah, I know. It's absolutely crazy. So for Argentina, it's an old story. In 2017, prices had risen so much that Argentina doubled the size of its largest banknotes to 1,000 pesos. This is what I was talking about. The money just ends up being worth nothing. So then worth about $58 on the black market. So 1,000 pesos is worth $58 US.
Wow. I wonder what it used to be worth like a year or two ago.
Now that note is worth about $3.45.
Far out. Wow.
Just to give you an idea.
Wow.
About the price of a Big Mac. And an iPhone can now, you're going to love this, an iPhone can now cost 1 million pesos.
Wow. Shit. That is just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's mind-blowingly shit. It's pretty bad.
Wow, that just puts the price of lettuce just achievable now.
Well, it does. It basically just, for quite a few of us, sort of middle class sort of people, we whinge about so many things. Like the price of lettuce and things like this, and these people have got 1,000 peso note that's now worth the price of a Big Mac. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. When it could have bought them their weekly groceries previously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, let's hope we don't get that bad.
Yeah, and it is pretty bad. Well, I mean, that's a third world. They wouldn't want talking about Argentina as a third world country, but they are a little bit like that. I mean, they've had some pretty bad prime ministers or presidents or
presidents.
Are they called presidents over there?
Presidents there, yeah.
Yeah. As you know, Bolsonaro from that's Brazil, isn't it? Bolsonaro.
Brazil, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a shocker, and he's killing their rainforests over there, and he's just mowing down sort of homeless areas and trying to pretend that stuff doesn't exist, and
so the economy really in Argentina is just as bad as what Sri Lankans are seeing at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. That's correct.
Stupidly expensive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Anyway, that's my kind of babble. Over to you, my friend.
Alrighty. I'm going to talk a little bit closer to home. Just as depressing.
That's good. Upbeat show tonight. Nice.
Yeah, they're very upbeat. The ATO released taxation statistics for tax returns for about 15 million Aussies for the year 2019 to 2020. 60 of those 15 million earned, on average, $3.5 million in salary, but they paid no tax. So they managed to...
Sorry, back that track up slightly again. What was that last little bit?
Sorry, I'm just backing up here.
Yeah.
60 of those people who were millionaires, on average, earning $3.5 million as salary per year, not in their lifetime, per year, paid zero tax.
How is that? How is that because of tax minimisation schemes and they can afford to buy a decent lawyer and all the rest of it?
So basically they, on average, deducted $80,000 for someone to manage their tax affairs. That's more than the average income for any Australian. So that's what they paid one firm. They also claim donations. So of those 60 people, those millionaires, they had roughly...
Hold on. 2 seconds, just hold on. You said they paid $80,000 for someone to do their tax.
Correct.
But they didn't pay any tax.
Correct. I'll get to that.
So
as to how they...
Okay, I was going to say, because they actually paid someone $80,000 to do their tax, so surely that's almost a tax, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so that's tax deductible. So that's a deduction.
Oh,
so
of course.
Reduces
it.
Yes,
of course.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like when we pay $100 or $180, whatever it's worth these days. That's what we claim for managing our taxes. They're paying $80,000. So it's like just a little bit more than us. Do you
know what really does my head in with this? It's like they have absolutely no modicum of morals, to think that maybe I should pay some tax so that the hospitals I use and the roads I drive on and the public schools that some of my really poor friends' kids go to,
but it can all be paid for.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
I don't know.
So those 60 people who, on average, $3.5 million salary makes it to around about $180 million. So in the deductions, they claimed roughly $114 million in donations. So 114 of that 180 was in donations. 14 million of that 180 was in interest deductions, and 17 million was in dividend deductions, so shares. So somehow they just managed to screw us over while we pay the tax for those services that we use. And maybe that's fair in a way, because they don't use those services because they've got enough money to pay private stuff anyway. So maybe it is fair. I don't know.
But the thing, but I don't know. I tell you what, the thing I don't think is fair is the 8 billion or 17 billion or whatever it is of stage three tax cuts that are still meant to be occurring. I definitely don't think that's fair.
Exactly. I was going to add to that. Yeah, so the Australian Greens are now asking the LP to scrap that to stage 3 tax cuts because, like you said, in its first year, it's going to be worth about $15.7 billion. And I think it increases as the years go by because it was going to be done over stages.
I think they have to pay it once. Say, I'm sorry, we are not in the position to do this. But you're getting your tax cut this time, and I'm sorry that's it, because we can't afford it. The nation can't afford it.
We just can't afford it right now. And that's not due to start until 2024, I think it was. Or was it next year?
Well, that's true, I think, too. But
So
imagine what you could do with another 16 billion. I mean, seriously, what could you do with that? Rather than just give it back to people that have already got a whole heap of coin. Because that's who it goes to. It goes to the people that earn over 200,000. They're getting an estimate of 10 grand back. They're already probably negatively gearing them, their second or third, investment property.
Yeah, exactly.
If
exactly right.
Yeah.
So based on those figures,
I think,
go on.
No, go for it. Doesn't matter.
I was just going to say, based on those figures of that 2019 to 2020, the average taxable income in Australia was $63,882, which is only.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, that was the average back then, and it was up by 2% from the previous year.
60. Under 65 grand, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Under 65 grand is the average taxable income. Is that now?
Correct. No, it was 3 years ago. So 2019 to 2020.
Right. Okay.
Because that's the latest information the ATO has released at the moment. The median or the middle average, the median salary that was made was 48,300, but men earned 56,000, whereas women earned 41,000 as a median. So not the average, so it's slightly lower than the median. So yeah, pretty terrible. So still need to resolve inequality in salary, and we also need to make the millionaires or billionaires pay their fair share in tax.
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, we need to make. I mean, it's to be honest with you, I know it sounds silly, but it's too easy to be a millionaire nowadays. You need to make billionaires pay their share of tax.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are really killing the world now. And that's why Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez is saying the same. In America, she's been promoting that as a bill, but they wouldn't. They wouldn't back it. They wouldn't pass it. I know the Greens have talked about it. I think Adam Vance talked about it quite a few times.
And not just individuals, but companies as well.
Yeah, right. Gina Reinhardt, she's a shocker. She's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, she'd have slaves working for her if she could.
Oh, yeah. And I think this goes back to corporations that are earning millions or billions, like the Commonwealth Bank announced today. I think they made $10 billion in profit.
Did they?
We wonder why there's no increase in salaries. It's because it's going to executives, CEOs, and companies. It's not feeding down the chain.
No. Well, no, the trickle down thing doesn't work. We know that. No. That's a load of rubbish. But
resolve that.
Anyway,
and we'll have happier people.
That is very, very true. I think we need a bit of science. You can go first, my friend.
Yeah, okay.
If you want to.
Yep, happy to go. I'll quickly go through these because I know we've gone a bit longer than we planned.
It's all good. It's all good.
So CSIRO or CSIRO announced in the last 24 hours that they discovered or released 139 new species, most of those coming from Australia. Of those 139, 4 were marine fishes, so these are new discoveries, or they've had names given to these new species that maybe have been known for a while. So 4 of them were marine fishes, 3 plants, 1 frog, 117 insects, and 14 invertebrates. And those 14 invertebrates include 11 jumping spiders. Ugh, no thanks. 1 millipede.
Oh, no, you love those.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, and so I just wanted to focus on 3 quick ones. And I've got a bit of a slideshow for this one. Let me just take this one away. For those listening on the podcast and not watching, I've got a slide of my first demo, new species.
Oh my God.
It's an ant. It's
yeah.
So obviously that's a dead ant. Dead ant. Anyway,
I thought dead ant was the other way around. I.e., legs in the air.
Yes, true. Could be. But don't forget that's from a lab, so.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, so this ant called Anicomera inclinata.
Adam, surely it's Adam.
Adam, yes, could be Adam Ant. We'll call him Adam Ant. So what they do is they carry caterpillars which is a rare caterpillar found in Australia, from the bullock butterfly. It carries butterflies in its jaws during the night, picks them up from underneath the bark, and transports them to the top of the tree where all the soft leaves are, so that the caterpillars can feed off it. And then at the end of the night, the ants will come back, pick them up, and take them back to their hiding spot underneath the bark. And the reason why they do that, apparently, is because these caterpillars let off this sugary substance that is akin to opium. So the ants get high by carrying them in their jaws, and the caterpillars get protected because they get this babysitter/guardian taking them from the bullock tree. And as the scientist, one of the scientists, Cyro scientists, said, Dr. David Yeats, he said, "It's a neat little relationship. The caterpillar's glands appears to have evolved just to feed and appease the ants." So most times ants would generally eat caterpillars or their larvae and things like that. So yeah, I thought that was a quite interesting discovery, and quite...
It is an interesting discovery, and it's absolutely amazing that you've brought this one up, because I was listening to a brilliant podcast a while ago, and I can't remember. I wish I could remember. It's an ABC one. It might have been an ABC Science one, and it was actually all about this. And it was absolutely fascinating. And as you so rightly said, the butterfly or the caterpillar, I think it's a caterpillar. It transports the caterpillar. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah. So it carries the little caterpillars in its mouth. Yeah.
So somehow, some way, those caterpillars, as you say, let off a pheromone of some kind that the ant thinks that it's his, like it's an ant.
Yeah.
And
it's going to protect it.
And the caterpillar goes, "Oh, cool."
Yeah, I like this.
Oh no, it's brilliant. It's absolutely sensational. We will definitely have all of the show notes to this one. This is a cracker. I want to do a bit more reading on this one as well, because I remember, as I say, on the podcast, if I can find the podcast, I will add it to the show notes, because
awesome.
It's a fantastic podcast. That extrapolates on what you've been talking about here. Yeah, it is. It's fantastic. It's absolutely amazing.
I'll just quickly go through one more, because I know we're short on time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Brilliant. Fantastic.
This one I found really interesting too. This is a new millipede called the Eumillipes Persephone. Up until now, all millipedes discovered had less than 1,000 legs. milli being 1,000. So
Yes.
this is the very first millipede to actually have more than 1,000. So this one has 1,306 legs, and
my giddy aunt.
Yeah. So it doesn't have eyes. It consists of 330 segments found in remote southern Western Australia, 60 metres underground.
Wow.
And they're only about not even 1 millimetre wide and about 96 millimetres long. So not even 4 inches.
Very small.
Very small, very small. So it looks very long there in the picture, but obviously it's only 4 inches or less.
That's very, very cool.
Isn't it?
It is. Absolutely amazing. Those two items you've got there for science tonight, absolutely brilliant. And we'll make sure that they're all in the show notes. And
sure. We'll add those in.
So that should be good.
That's me done. If you want to.
It was a bit of a. Yeah. No. Look, I'm going to finish on your science. I can't actually find my science tonight. It's been a bit of a weird night being in Hobart Town and just having different Wi-Fi and different laptop and all the rest of it. Yeah. But it's all good. It's all good. It's been particularly good, and that science segment was absolutely scintillating. It was fantastic. It was awesome.
There's so many other discoveries I really wanted to show you, but it's just too many.
Yeah, no. Well, no, hold them over for when we do science again, or even in Nature Calls. I was going to say, did you think this was Nature Calls? Because you could have easily had that in Nature Calls as well.
Easy. But because it was Spyro, it had to be.
Yeah,
it had to be under science.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, people, that's your lot tonight. Thank you for joining us. Anyone who hung in there and joined us live, really appreciate that.
Apologies for the technical issues on my side.
And my side as well. Yep, absolutely. But it all sound good on the potty, so that'll be fine.
Yeah.
But as I say, the potty will be out on Monday night or Tuesday morning. That's normally when we get it out. But as I said, into the future, we're hoping to maybe get it out a bit earlier than that. And then we're hoping to maybe even be able to put some other little articles out as well. We'll just see how time permits. But that's sort of what we're looking at. So, but really appreciate you, as I say, being with us tonight. I'm not going to do the outro theme tonight, my friend, because my laptop's not going to allow me to do it.
The joys of working on a PC that you don't normally use.
No, exactly right. That's so slow. It's just not fun. But it's tiny, so it's good to travel with. If you just want to do one or two things, it's very good. If you want to do any more than one or two things, no good, no good at all. But it's all good. Okay, till next week, Blurtsters. We will catch us on our Twitter channel.
As always.
The YouTube channel, and Wency's put the Substack
let me put that
in the ticker, I think.
It's
that. So as you can see, the new blurt.substack.com, and the email is there as well. If there's anything you want to know, or if there's anything that you want us to add to the show, just let us know. And
any feedback is welcome.
Yeah,
just be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Well, look, if you don't want to be nice, that's fine as well. You want to be constructively bad and mad, that's also okay. We will accept that and digest it as we need to. So until next week, when I'll be back in Wurundjeri country, which I always enjoy saying.
Hopefully sunny and nice weather.
Yeah, who knows? But anyway, it's good night for me.
And it's good night for me. Adios.
All right, mate. See you, my friend.
See ya.